Tom. If there's one young guitarist that my private students draw influence from the most, it's Tom Misch. He plays with great feel and expression, and today I'm going to go through 5 neo-soul licks in the style of Tom Misch. These licks will be great for your neo-soul or blues improvisations. There will be quite a lot of that wiggly trill thing he does.
Wiggly wiggly.
Because that trill is so prevalent in the licks, I'll do a breakdown of that technique at the end of the video, so do watch it through. I'll play through the licks at a few different speeds and then break them down. All the licks are in the key of C sharp minor, so you can transpose them around the neck for your improvisations. I will also upload a Tom Misch style backing track so you can practice the licks. Geez, I'm a good guy. Here it is. Okay, so in this first lick, we are running down the pentatonic scale. So we start in pattern number 4, but then we move down to pattern 3, a few notes from pattern 2, and into eventually our old friend Mr. Pattern 1 pentatonic scale. So the key things to note here, you can see that there are some rests after each couple of notes. So we need to make sure that we're stopping. And then we have a very Tom Misch style reverse slide there into our old friend, the Tom Misch trill. And in this trill here, we're moving between the minor third and the major third, which is a very Tom Misch thing to do. So listen to how the lick sounds to get the timing right, but they are the key features from this lick. For the second lick, the key feature here is that it is a run down the C sharp natural minor scale. And then we move back up the scale. Now the 2 key features on this lick is that last note, we need to play it quite short staccato. And the first thing is that on that first note, we need to make sure that we put the 9 onto the right beat. So we're putting that rake just before it. So it's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. As long as you count up correctly, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you should be A-okay. So this third lick is something that Tom Misch does quite regularly, which is run up the scale on the 1 string. We're using the natural minor hexatonic scale. Hexa what? And don't be thrown by the name, it's not that confusing. All we're doing is got the pentatonic scale, the notes of the minor pentatonic scale, and we're adding the second, which is a very Tom Misch thing to do. I'm doing a little bit of palm muting here to make it a little bit more interesting. And this last part here, there's a little bit of a quick vibrato here on that note. And once again, we have a rapid final note, and then it stops. For the third lick, I got this from the Tiny Desk concert, the first part of it at least. This is the C sharp natural minor scale. We have that nice smooth vibrato there, and then we have this tight little lick here, which is a rapid pull off and then into a slide. The final part of that lick is, once again, we're playing in that same part of the natural minor scale, and the final couple of notes there is a very Tom Misch thing to do, which is a kind of a legato slide, and then we're finishing on that smooth vibrato at the end. Once again, have a listen to the rhythm of the lick to see how it sounds rhythmically. For the final lick, we're playing multiple notes at the same time. You can use it, do whatever way you feel comfortable with. A lot of people do it without the pick, but if I'm playing with the pick for the rest of it, it makes sense to hold the pick. So for the bass notes, these ones here, I'm playing those with my pick, and I'm playing the other notes with my middle and my ring finger. And I have those rests in between. So in between those notes, I stop playing. So I mute the strings. Now we have that Tom Misch fast trill at the end. It took me a long time to make sure that I got that right at the end. And that goes from the flat fifth, which is the blues note, into the perfect fifth, the normal fifth, which is once again a very Tom Misch thing to do. With the Tom Misch trill, which is so prevalent in his playing, it's a really tricky thing to pull off. I was struggling myself to get that right. What it is, there's two kind of key things to think about with this trill. The first thing is that which notes do you trill with? Now, I've noticed that Tom Misch uses the flat third into the major third. So on this C sharp minor pentatonic, if we go back, we're playing this note here and we're trilling that into the major third. The other couple of notes which I noticed he does quite regularly is from the flat 7 into the 7. And the other one which he does, I noticed quite regularly, is the flat 5th into the perfect 5th. So, and the second thing is trying to get the rhythm right. This was really, really difficult. I mean, it was difficult for me, at least. Hopefully it's not as difficult for you. So what I found useful to get the timing right is that I played this lick, 1 E and a 2 E. And then I worked on trying to make sure that I could get 4 notes into that 2 beat here. So 1 E and a 2 E, 1 E and a 2 E. And I just kept doing that to get it up to speed. It was still very difficult. It's really cool sounding. And when you get it right and you nail it and get the timing right, you do get this kind of reaction. Ooh! Which is what you want to go for. So that is pretty much it. I hope you found that useful. Do let me know if you like this format, and if this video is successful, I'll do another one with more Tom Misch style licks. That's it.